that video like hit almost 1 million people who likes and like more than maybe 500 comments.
Wow.
I was like, seriously?
Welcome to Voice Podcast, the podcast for students by students. And today we have Coline Molina, and she is a wonderful person to see on campus. She is in the wonderful program of
Esthetician program.
esthetician program. And so, Coline, so how is the semester starting for you? So, in context, how long have you been in Canada?
I have been living in Canada 5 months already.
Mm-hmm.
So I came here in May. I was studying English, but I started esthetician program in September.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty new for me, but I was an esthetician already when I left Brazil because I've been working as a brow specialist since 2020.
2020, yeah.
Yes, where the pandemic started, I just started my own business because I was working as a teacher and then I lost my job. So I started to think about something else. And then I discovered myself in this amazing career.
So what were you doing before the pandemic? What were you teaching?
I was actually teaching English for very young kids.
Okay.
Even though my English is not perfect, it's not very good.
We understand. I understand perfectly.
Yeah, but I mean, I used to teach very young kids. I am pedagogy, so I was teaching like Portuguese in the beginning, and then I started learning, learn English, and then I started teaching English for very young kids. But then when the pandemic started, I lost my job because most schools in Brazil, they just like, I don't need English anymore because English is like our second language. It's like an extra course. We don't need here. That's why they just like, I don't need you anymore. And I got very depressed. So I start to think, so what am I gonna do? So I'm gonna like work. I have to work, and then I discover myself.
So you discover yourself now as a brow specialist, right?
Exactly.
So how did that passion for brows start?
So I always have passion about beauty. So I always take care of myself, going to a salon and do my nails, makeup, my brows, my hair, everything. So I think I always was passionate about aesthetics, but I never thought I was able to do anything on like clients. But when I was 18, my mom asked me if she asked me, do you want to maybe open a salon? I can open for you so we can do like aesthetics and you can study if you want. But I denied because I thought I wasn't able to do it. I was like, oh, I cannot do an eyebrows. Like I would like make one bigger, one small, one thicker, one thin. That's what the first things come to my mind. So, and then I decided not to do it. But then I decided to become a teacher. I thought was easier to me. But then after years, I lost my job. I wasn't happy in my job. I wasn't like thinking to do that for the rest of my life. I was thinking about giving up. But then when the pandemic started, everybody was wearing masks. So the eyebrows was like the only thing everybody was noticing. Like eyebrows. Everybody was like, I need to get my eyebrows done. I need to get my eyebrows beautiful all the time because it's the only part of my face which is showing to everybody, eyes and eyebrows. So I started to think maybe I could do like eyebrows course and see if I can deal with. And then I did online. So it was like a basic course. Was online. And then I started to do like on my husband, my cousins, my mom, my dad. So then everybody was looking their eyebrows and say like, "Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. You do like amazing job. Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Why don't you become an esthetician?
Yeah.
Why don't you like become a brow specialist?" And I was like, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. So that's how I discovered myself. So I started to work and do it like hands-on, and I discovered like was pretty good at it.
And so tell me about the first brows that you did.
Sorry.
It's all right. No worries. It's fair. So who was the first person you did the eyebrows?
My husband.
How was he feeling?
My husband was, I bought henna.
Yeah.
And then I bought tweezers and I bought everything I needed. So I did on him, but it wasn't like male eyebrows. I did like as I was doing in a woman.
Yeah. Oh.
And then his eyebrows was like on a woman's face.
Oh no.
And then for the first call, when he first called his mom was like, "What did you do? What happened with your eyebrows?" And then everybody was laughing because his eyebrow was so funny. And yeah, so I was training. I need to do someone. And it was pandemic. I couldn't like invite my friends. And
yeah, that was the thing, which was like, even during like, it was a pandemic. Who would come to, you know, how would you get people?
Exactly. So I need to train. I need to practice in someone. So someone was my husband. He was there with me all the time. So it's gonna be you. And then he said, okay. He was working home office, so it's okay.
Yeah. And how was his reaction when you showed him in the mirror? Like,
oh, he was like, I think he was expecting to look to the mirror and see like his eyebrows look like a woman. But we started laughing and, you know, like, okay, it's gonna be done in 7 days. That's what the henna's supposed to be on for 7 days, 7 to 10 or 15 days. It depends of the type of the skin. But for my husband, like 7 days. And also we wash it like pretty well for the next days. And it was gone like pretty quickly. It was good.
Well, you know, if it grows quickly, it can be also... It's good in a way, but also bad. You know, like mine grows pretty quickly. So my eyebrows can get in a lot of bad shape. So what if I were to trim my eyebrows, what would you recommend to guys? How to do the eyebrows? Or should we go to someone special?
I think it's really interesting to go to a brow specialist, especially men, because especially when we are like I'm a brow specialist, so I do the brow mapping even on men, because it's really important to get all the symmetry on the eyebrows, especially men, because we don't want to get like the man's arch very arch, you know. Yeah. So we don't want to make the male's brow too, like, how can I say, too close to the woman's eyebrows. So we don't want to do very arch. So we have to pay close attention to this. So the brow mapping is gonna show me what I have to do. So when the nose will start and when it's gonna finish, when it's gonna be the end. So it's not like the exactly the same brow mapping which I do in most women. It's like kind of different because we have to follow the natural shape of the brows. And also we are not gonna be focused on like the same measure is gonna be in the beginning and the arch, because we kind of do this for a woman, but not for men. Okay. For men, maybe can be like thin here and thicker at the end, which is totally fine. It depends of the eyebrows. If the man comes to me and his eyebrows, for example, so your eyebrows, it's like thin, not thin, but I mean it's thicker. But it was thinner than the middle, the arch part. Okay. So it's not because it's thinner here and thin here, thicker here and thin in the
in the middle,
beginning.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yes. It's not because of that I'm gonna be like your eyebrows look like a superwoman, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
And so, like, what's different from a brows for men and women? So what's the difference, like, for women now? How are there different styles of doing brows, or?
First, I would like to say that each person has their own priority.
Sure.
So some clients come to me and ask for very thin eyebrows, which I totally respect.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she doesn't want to follow like her natural look. She just want to like take everything off to just leave like very thin eyebrows. Others, they do prefer like very thicker, like don't take a lot of hair off. They just ask me to do this. So it depends of the person, what she's looking for that day. But usually the eyebrows shape is supposed to start in the line of the nose. We measure exactly where the nose will start, this line over here. And then for the end of the brows, I measure with the thread.
Okay.
So I have to follow the middle of the mouth and then the end of the eyes, which will show me exactly where the eyebrows will finish.
Okay.
So for the arch, there are some ways to discover the arch, which one of them is to see like a person should look like very straight, and then I come with the thread and I look at the very middle of the eyes and then I find the arch. This is one way to find it. And then with the thread, I can make those lines and make the right shape for her.
Wow, that's a lot of steps to make eyebrows. So
yeah, for sure.
And how long did it take you when you started to do all of this? Did you think comfortable doing it?
It's a very good question, because when I started this career, I used to take about 1 hour and a half sometimes to do like the whole thing, the brow mapping and then tweezing, everything, like 1 hour and a half. But nowadays I can do it in 30 minutes, like the whole process, the brow mapping and also tweezing or waxing, whatever the client wants.
So just in terms of technical terms, what is mapping? So what is eyebrows mapping?
Eyebrows mapping shows exactly where the brows should be look like. So I'm gonna see your face. It's gonna show me what your eyebrows should look like for your shape, for your face, or your symmetry of the face. Because I can maybe draw one eyebrow now in a paper or even in a format, which I can just put in every eyebrows, and I don't need to do the brow mapping, but it's not like this. So each eyebrow has like different things, different formats. So that's how we use the brow mapping to discover her right shape for her. Okay. Her right. Oh, him. Yeah. The right shape for her. Yeah. So this is the brow mapping technique. I mean, eyebrows, they are not symmetrical. Like they're not very perfect. One, it's not like other. Like each part of our body, they're not the same. Exactly, like one hand, it's not like other hand. One ear, it's not like other ear. So each part of our body, they have their differences. So eyebrows, they are the same. So we call asymmetrical, which we can respect that. Maybe I can receive a client and she says, maybe my eyebrows are different. I want them look very perfect. I want they match very perfectly. And I mean, it's impossible because in the middle of the podcast?
Sure. Why not?
I just saw your story 15 minutes ago. I was like, I know those plans. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys.
No
The middle of the
worries.
podcast.
Oh my
I was
God,
very
sorry.
nervous explaining.
Not that part.
It's alright. Like I can cut it or edit it, or it can be a surprise appearance also.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You can come here and they say,
If
it's
you
my
want to know
client.
who this is Ninive. She is. Did I pronounce that right?
That's right.
And she works at Spark. She's awesome, always having a beautiful smile. You can see her in the hallway. Check out their page. They have very funny stuff how they do marketing. So just to give a shout out, if you want, you can
Oh
come
my
and
God,
say something.
okay.
Yeah,
Let me just say hi.
sure.
Oh my God. Let's go in here.
There you go.
And my client just appeared.
Yes.
It's just like
She's amazing. Brazilians stay together, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
This is really cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm surprised, guys. I'm going back to work now.
Have fun.
But thank you for the 30 seconds of fame. Bye.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Nini.
guys. Have fun, okay?
Have fun as
when
well.
you're done, fala comigo.
Okay.
No office.
See you. Oh gosh.
This is Voice Podcast. Surprise appearance every time.
Oh
So,
gosh. Yeah. Let's keep going.
what were we talking about? We
I
were
don't know.
I was so
Ask me a lot of
intense.
questions.
And what was it? Mapping, tweezing, something like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was-
Just
yeah, so-
keep it.
Oh right, yeah. I was very amazed by the fact that you said like each half we are asymmetrical, right?
Yes.
It's something which I'm learning right now. And sometimes, like I myself, I have this shoulder who is slightly. Every time I'm like, oh, but this is slightly. So, is this something normal or not? No,
Yeah.
then something like, okay, yeah, it's for everyone. So
Yeah.
everyone has some sort of
Yeah.
asymmetrical stuff. And would you say that one advice that you would give to people is to trust the shape of their eyebrows, or they can decide what they want to do at the end of the day?
Mm.
Which is best, like to follow the shape or to adventure with it?
I would say I would follow his right shape, like for her, what's the right shape for my client, what's the right shape for her,
Yeah.
between the brow mapping and all the lines of the face. So, but it's hard to say that because each person has their own preference. So yeah, it's a really hard question. So I would respect the client and make her happy. That's my goal. Make her happy. And she is happy with thicker eyebrow, I'm gonna make them thicker. If she wants very thin, I'm gonna make them thin. And also right now, it's depend of the right now what's going on here in Canada, in Brazil, in a lot of countries. They like the eyebrows like this part comes together here. This is for a woman, not much for men, because men like them very clean
in the middle.
clean here in the middle of the eyebrows.
Yeah.
But for a woman, they are looking for like their eyebrows gonna be like together here.
Okay.
So it's not part of her shape, but if she wants that, why not? I'm not gonna remove here. She's if she says don't touch there, and I will say okay. I'm not gonna touch. So let's see in the end, and then if she's happy or not, or maybe she can change her mind and I can remove later, which is fine. But right now, you asked me about the time. So right now I'm doing 30 minutes. 30 minutes really good. It's a really good time for me. But also I can do like in 20 minutes. And also I leave some time at the end. Maybe she wants to change her mind. That's what I just said. If she wants to change her mind, like, oh, I want to remove more, or maybe, I don't know, if she wants to change anything, we still have time to do this. But for me, 30 minutes is enough time to do this.
Wow, that's amazing. Just in parentheses, like I say, this is amazing so much in every episode. Like, it's really amazing because I always get amazed. Like, you know, like I just talk with many people and amazing stuff. Always hearing. Shifting from 1 hour, 30 minutes to 30 minutes, that's a lot of practice.
Exactly.
A lot of practice. It didn't come overnight. So how would you say, like, how much time did it take for you to become very at ease? 2 years, 1 year, maybe? Or shorter?
Maybe a year,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 1 year to be very fast.
Yeah.
But even though this wasn't my goal,
Sure.
I always tell my students, because I also teach other professionals to become brown specialists like me. So I also tell my students, like, don't rush, don't go fast. It's not your goal. You don't have like to be on time in the beginning. In the beginning, you're gonna make like slow. Don't worry about time, because if you worry about time, maybe your result is not gonna be good. So I always tell my students, your goal should be like a good result. Don't rush. Don't like keep looking at the watch and say, oh, I have to do like faster. No, it's not your goal. Your goal, you have to be like, make them good, make them perfect, make them nice, make your client happy. That's why you have to be focused on no rush. That's what I say in the beginning. That's why I took like 1 year to be like fast. It's not because I wanted, because it was a lot of practice, a lot of clients coming up. Some clients in Brazil, when I was attending, for example, Saturday, I used to see sometimes 20 clients on Saturday, and I was super tired because I stay like up all the time working, because I don't sit down.
You need to also bend, I guess, a little bit, right?
Yes, back pain, a lot of things. So I think a lot of practice and a lot of experience that counts. So, but I don't believe professionals should be focused for the first time on time. Rush. I don't think that.
Some clients can also be like, very messy. They're a bit annoying, like, hey, I need to do this quickly. What are the client stories that you've got? Like,
a lot of clients. I had one client once.
We don't need to say names, not where, not nothing.
No, don't worry.
Yeah.
So I remember one day, I was in the beginning of my career. I remember I booked her daughter for an hour, because I used to do in an hour. After a time, I was doing in an hour, like a complete eyebrows and henna and tweezing, of course. And then her mom came together with her daughter, and then her daughter was booked with me. So I did her eyebrows, and it was almost finishing, like 20 minutes to finish. And then she said, oh, maybe I regret because I didn't book with you. Do you have time? Do you still have time to do mine? And I supposed to have another client in 20 minutes. Yeah. But then she said, Mo, it's okay. So you can do like in 20 minutes. Do whatever you can. It was like the faster eyebrow I did in that time, back at the time. So, and then I said, okay, but I'm not going to promise you it's going to be perfect. Because you have to be honest with your client.
Yeah, that's true.
That's always, I always say that. You have to be honest. And then I told her, I'm not sure if it's gonna be good, perfect. Do you still wanna do this? I just have 20 minutes. Because I'm a kind of professional who doesn't like to be late. Because I supposed to have another client in 20 minutes. Sure. It wasn't fair to make the other client wait, right? Yeah. Because she was on time and I was attending another person who was not booked. So, and then I said, okay, I'm going to finish you in 20 minutes. Are you sure you want to do this? You're going to pay the same price, because, I mean, I'm not going to do any discount to her. Yeah. Because you understand?
You're giving the final...
She just like came for the last minute and asked me for help, and I had like 20 minutes. Sure. And then I finished her daughter eyebrows very fast, and then I start to do hers. And that was good. Wasn't bad, but wasn't perfect. Yeah. But then she was happy because I did. She wanted to do her eyebrows, and I did. It was good. Yeah. So, okay.
Oh, I thought something bad happened.
No. Anything happened. Well, I mean, everything was fine.
Considering at the time, like, but you did your job. So sometimes it's like that, you know, like you're so much a professional. Your eye is so used to seeing great work, excellent work, and then it's like, oh, you see a mistake, but the person is happy.
Yeah, she was happy. That was her goal. And then she said, maybe you can stop my daughter and do mine, because we both have an event, and then I regret because I didn't book with you. And then she asked me, do you have another time? And I said, no, because I was booked for the whole day. And then she said, okay, you can do me in 20 minutes. I said, are you sure? And then she said, okay. I was like, okay, I'm going to do in 20 minutes. And I did my job. So it wasn't perfect, but she was happy. She was happy because I did, you know? Yeah, that was happened.
And so what would you say, like, speaking of clients, like you said it was back in Brazil, do you notice a difference between Brazilian and Canadian clients in terms of...
I believe there are differences between Brazilian people and Canadian people, for sure. For example, there are many differences that I can say right now, but for example, here, time is money.
Yeah.
So I started to work in a salon, and people book for the time. Like for that time, it's my time. In Brazil, they don't look that. They don't look how much time you're gonna spend doing that. They are looking for quality and the services you are doing that. I mean, I would say we have kind of differences because here it doesn't matter if you finish or not. If you're on, like, that person booked for 20 minutes, it's for 20 minutes. Either or, I finish or not. You understand?
Yeah.
In Brazil, it's kind of different. People are looking for quality. I mean, of course, we can say there are exceptions. Many people in Brazil also are looking for cheap services. Yeah. Which sometimes it's not quality. Yeah. Sometimes it's faster. But you know, I think they have like preferences and exceptions. Also, in Brazil, they are very particular with eyebrows, for example. That's why each professional in Brazil, they do brow mapping. Like, everyone do brow mapping. It's not like a new thing.
Okay, I thought it was something new, because even in my country, they don't do brow mapping.
That's good. That's why in Brazil, we are champions in aesthetics, because like we are like awesome with everything we do related to aesthetics. In Canada, it was like new because nobody do this. I was like, seriously? You never heard about brow mapping before? And my salon said, no, I mean, I already heard sometime, maybe I heard once, but not like, I mean, nobody do this here. And once I started to do here, I introduced the brow mapping to them. They was like, this is awesome. Let's promote your services. Let's get more clients. And right now, a lot of Brazilian people who lives in Canada, they are looking for me because they want the same technique they were used to do in Brazil. So yeah, that's really good.
That's really, you made a name for yourself already. Like in 6 months you've been here, right? 6?
Yeah, 5 to 6.
5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
What made you choose SLC?
Oh gosh, a lot of questions. Let me ask you some questions.
Okay.
Let me breathe a little bit. It's English, come on. Let's think. So, I came from one agency. They helped me to choose a college. So me and my husband, we wanted a place that would be a small city, not too expensive. And we didn't want to go to another side of Canada, which is Vancouver, you know, the BC area. We didn't want to go there because it's too far away from Brazil. So I would be like 6 or 7 hours from Brazil. I mean, I want to contact my mom, my parents on the right time. And in this side of Canada, which is Ontario, we are very close. We're just 1 hour ahead, not ahead, behind. 1 hour behind
It's all right.
Brazil, which is good. So we decided to be in this side, and then my agents looking for couple options to me, and they showed me, and I fell in love with St.LawrenceCollege and also the city, Kingston, because it's a really nice city, a lot of nature places to explore. It's not like very busy. I mean, I love busy cities. I love Toronto. When I went there, I just fell in love, and I asked my husband, "Do you want to live there?" And then he said, "No." My husband hates big cities. We used to live in São Paulo city, which is a big. I think it's the biggest city in Brazil. It's really busy, really like traffic lights, traffic all the time. And but here he wanted to live in like a small city, so I agreed to stay here for a while, and then I will study, and then after my college we will decide if we're gonna stay or not, or maybe move to a big city. I don't know. Let's see the job opportunities.
Sure.
What's better, what's best for me and for him.
True.
Because maybe it's gonna be good here, or maybe it's not enough. Maybe we change our minds. Let's go to Ottawa, for example, which is like bigger than Kingston.
Yeah.
But it's in between Kingston and Toronto, which I don't know.
Close to Montreal also.
Yeah,
Very
so I
close.
don't know.
For me, like
Anything can change. Anything can happen.
That's the beauty of life. Anything can change. Anything can happen. Anything you can make happen.
How about you? So you've been to a lot of places, a lot of countries. What made you decide to be in Canada? To study here, St.Lawrence College, to stay longer?
Well, I haven't been asked questions before on the podcast. This is the first time happening. What made me come to Kingston and SLC? I came to SLC. I wasn't expecting to get asked questions. So, I was like you. So I lost my job during the pandemic. And I was working as a welcomer in hotels. My last job was from October 2019 till March 2020. And March 2020, we all know it's the pandemic happened. And so 1 week after the US declared that they were in a pandemic situation, I was laid off. I lost my job. But thankfully, my hotel gave me still food and allowed me to stay in the hotel because nobody was coming to stay in hotels. So that's to give a bit of a background how I came to SLC. But anyways, it's part of a story. So I couldn't go back to Mauritius Island as well. So I stayed for 5 months inside a hotel room, just like that. So it was like a bit like a prison jail for me. So I would just go downstairs and collect the food. So 5 months just staying in a hotel room like this. I gained a lot of weight. I became depressed and everything. So finally, I was able to go home. But I lost a lot of things. I lost money. I lost my mental health, physical health. So I went back to Mauritius and I took 1 year to recover. I decided to take the whole of 2020. I went back in Mauritius in August and till March 2021 I recovered. I restarted losing weight, working out, eating healthy. And I decided to, one day it was like this. I saw an ad on Facebook. We're taking two students to Canada and we still have application left. You can go in May. So I was in March. I was like, okay, I can go in May. And I was like, Mom, I need to phone that number. Like, I got a feeling. Let me just phone. I phoned that agent. Hey, I saw that you were looking for students to go to Canada. Yes. So you just need to get those documents ready and stuff. I needed to collect my degree at my previous college. And I was like, yeah, I will get everything ready. I'll come give it to you tomorrow. And the night I had a good dream, like this is going to happen. And I said, yeah, I need to do it. I woke up for the first time after a year with a purpose. After 1 year, I felt a sense of direction. I said, okay, let me go. I went to my college after 2 years to pick my degree. And I went immediately to that office. I met the agent. Hey, like, hi, I'm Sean and everything. I said to him, I'm someone who is very hungry. I'm very motivated. I know exactly what I want. I lived in big cities. I lived in LA. I lived in Paris, Bordeaux, in the southwest of France. And I would love to study in somewhere where it's kind of balanced. I don't want too much of a country life. I don't want a big city life also. Send me somewhere where I will be focused, but also will have a good life balance. And then he told me, but I can do that for you, but what do you want to study? And I say, I don't know. I saw a few programs around various colleges. So I was interested in sports and event management. I was interested in digital marketing. I was also very interested in also project management. And there was one last course, which was photography course. And then he told me, like photography is not in, look for, because I told him I wanted stability. I don't want to get fired again. It was the first time in my life I needed that job because it was my way of earning money. I on my own. So I lost my job. I was in a very big mess. So, and I told him, find me some. Then he says, you know what, photography, events management, digital, they can all be related to what you did in hospitality. Then I said, digital marketing is good. It's 1 year program. You can study that and then you can choose, if you...
You're going to finish before me.
I'm going to finish, but I'm at SLC till for another year. In 2023, I will be in project management next year.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to be another year. 1 year bearing with me again on SLC.
It's good.
And then he told me digital marketing. There's a fabulous course in Kingston. It's probably the most detailed course in digital marketing in 1 year. So you can take that. So that's how I came to know there was another Kingston on planet Earth apart from Kingston, Jamaica. So yeah, that's how I knew about Kingston. I knew about SLC through my agent. And yeah, the rest is history. I applied in March. I applied for September 2021, but I just arrived in April because it was too short to do the visa process and some financial situations as well. And yeah. So basically, what's important, I'm here in Canada and look forward to progress in my career and my personal life also. Yeah, that's how...
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You got it. You're here now and happy.
Here, happy. Less happy days, sometimes less happy days, but always learn from the less happy days. They are the most beautiful days if you learn from them. Me as a customer and you being a brow specialist, what tips can you give me so that I keep my brows in good shape, healthy, and so that I can maintain them?
So for you, I would say to see a brow specialist each 20 days.
Mm-hmm.
Each person has their own speed of hair growth, which can be different. One person can come to see me in 2 weeks, while others can see me in 6 weeks. Which is totally fine. It depends of the brows. But as I know your eyebrows, so I would say at least 20 days. 15 to 20 days, come to see me. And then we can make a good shape. We can do the brow mapping and clean up. So you're going to be fine. Otherwise, if you take too long, maybe you're going to we're gonna lose your shape, and then we're gonna have to find the right shape for you again. I would say maybe if you take too long, maybe 2 or 3 months, and then you're gonna lose your shape, and we're gonna find again. No problem, I can do it, but just for you to feel relief, because we will just clean your face, and then also you can feel more. It's something that you feel like you're taking something heavy from your face, right? After you done your eyebrows, you just look to the mirror and say, oh my gosh, I took something very heavy and I feel very relieved now. So that's what I suggest you to come to see me at least 20 days. Each 20 days you come to see me, and then we can reshape your eyebrows.
Definitely. And now it's the same question, but now what should I not do to my eyebrows as a customer? What should I never do?
That's a really good question.
Because sometimes we don't know what we need to do, but it's better to say what we should not do.
Yeah, it's a good question because a lot of people, they twist their eyebrows at home, which I would say if you are doing that, maybe you're gonna remove a hair which is in your shape, it's part of your shape. So if you remove that hair and when you come to see me, maybe in 2 or 3 months, the hair is not gonna grow up again.
Oh.
It can happen. Okay, so that's why we have to make sure to remove the right hair.
Okay.
That's why we are brow specialists, because I am removing the right hair, right? I'm doing the brow mapping to make sure I'm removing the right hair. So if the person is there, my client doesn't know what she's doing, she doesn't know her shape, or maybe she doesn't know how to do the brow mapping, and then she remove a hair which was part of her shape. And then when she come to see me, and then she can say like, oh, I can see a hole on my brows.
Ooh.
Maybe she did that. So that's why I recommend not to touch at home.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to clean maybe a little bit here in the middle, it's okay, but not like close to your shape. Maybe so far away from your shape, maybe. But even though I would recommend you to come to see a professional,
Sure.
At least once a month, to make sure you have the right shape for you.
Okay, and I see like also one big mistake which guys make, I guess, is shape. So they shave their eyebrows, which I think is not good if you shave, because then it grows like the beard. So
yeah, so I mean, it's actually a myth that your hair becomes thicker when you shave. That's a myth.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. This.
Okay. I didn't know. Debunking live.
Yeah. However, if you keep shaving, we are not gonna remove the hair from the follicle, which if we do like waxing or tweeze or even threading, so we are removing the hair from the follicle, which takes more time for the hair regrowth again.
Okay.
Which is good. So it's gonna take about 15 days to regrowth. But when we shave, we don't do this. We don't remove from the follicle. So the hair, it's sometimes people say like, oh, it's thicker, but it's not. I mean, it's because you shaved. So we didn't remove from the follicle. So that's why. And then if you shave, probably tomorrow you're gonna see like something it's bothering you.
Yeah.
Because then another day is like a too short time for you. So that's why you have to keep shaving. Yeah. Like each day you have to keep shaving. That's the benefits of waxing and tweezing, because you are removing from the root of your hair, which is pretty good. It's like the best way to do it.
And now my question is more based around SLC, like
SLC?
Yeah, the esthetician program. That's the program which you're in right now. How long is it, and what have you learned so far from the program, which benefits you?
The esthetician program is really nice here in St.LawrenceCollege. They have we have 2 years program and we have 1 year program.
Okay.
I took 2 years because I'm international students, even though I already have a background, which I could take like the 1 year course. I would be totally okay because I already have experience with a lot of things. I don't have to maybe learn a lot of things here. But as I am international, I only had the 2 years program option. So far I am learning other things like facial treatment, which I didn't have this. I mean, I already had experience on myself from videos that I already watch on YouTube, and also watching other professionals doing that. Also like online pages that I've been following since I started in this career. So I already have like a kind of experience, but not like very academic, which is good because right now I'm learning like the products, the step-by-step of facial treatments, also to work with some like peels, machines, which we are learning here in Canada. Also, it's different from Brazil, even though I didn't graduate aesthetics in Brazil. I just have like courses, experiences. But if I had if I had to take a esthetician program in Brazil, the machines, the products, the materials, all things were different. So I had to relearn here everything. So, which is good. So I never took esthetician in Brazil. Right now, I'm taking the esthetician program. So I'm learning everything. So I'm learning the products, the material. It's not only the hands-on. Because, for example, I had eyebrows class the other day and I didn't learn anything because I'm already brow specialist. So I knew everything. However, I learned the products. I learned maybe the professional way to see a client. So how do Canadian people like to be seen from other professionals here? How do the clinics work here? How the business works so far? So this is for eyebrows class, but also I could add like facial treatment. I'm learning everything. So I'm learning the step by step. I'm learning anatomy, for example. Actually, I have tests tomorrow.
Okay.
Anatomy test. So I never studied anatomy in my life. So, which is great because now I am like understanding deep down the skin and all the functions of our cells, of like everything. And also I'm including new vocabulary, which I can clearly talk to my clients. And they feel more confident on myself because I kind of know, I explain to them like, what is your skin type? What are your conditionals? Because of this, and that. You have like a conditional, which is, I don't know, acne. It's like an inflammation of the skin. So I have like new vocabulary, which is amazing. It's incredible. And I cannot, replace this experience.
And it's fascinating to see how you learn very quickly as well, like how you do, like, because learning all those things, I would be already like lost of a class, like what I love digital marketing because social media, you should do something you love also, like
sure,
like sure. I love like beauty, elegance, but I think getting as technical as you're into it, I would get very bored and very like angry because I don't have a good memory for remembering all those terms. But I do for digital marketing and hospitality. But yeah, sometimes it's like that. And
yeah, I think it's not like very easy to me to learn a new vocabulary. Also anatomy, it's like the hardest subject that I'm taking right now. However, I am like struggling. I am looking for ways to learn. That's another thing I want to say. I was talking to my followers the other day and they were asking me like, how did you learn English? How do you learn things? And it's very interesting to understand how our brain function, because each person has their own way to learn things.
True.
For sure, my way is like the worst way to learn because I'm very slow and oh my gosh, but
very slow as well.
But when you discover yourself, that solve all your problems. For example, for me, I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual. So that in the beginning I was trying to explain the brow mapping and I was like very difficult to explain because like it's something that I'm talking and I'm listening, but I'm visual learner. So I would explain better if I had like a board here and I would draw like, and I have a paper because I'm a visual learner.
We can do it. We have a board.
No, it's okay. I mean,
we keep it for a small video. One day we will show people.
Yeah. I agree.
True.
Okay, I'm on.
Set.
So that's how I learn things. For example, anatomy. She gives us like a whole like material with a lot of words, and I was like, seriously, I don't learn like that. So what I do is like I take. We also do like space by space. I can say space maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I can learn a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little bit after tomorrow. We have to separate what we're going to learn, because if we try to do this just one day and then tomorrow I'm not going to study, but I'm going to study in 2 days, your brain doesn't function this way, because you have to learn a little bit each day.
Yeah.
So today I would take like just a little piece of anatomy, and what I would try to do is like make like a diagram. To me, like I can do like a diagram to myself and trying to draw. I mean, even if it's not like the right way of drawing anatomy, but it's my way. It's the way I understand.
Sure.
So if a person says like cells, what is cells? I mean, the first thing that comes to your mind, like for me, when I think about cells, when I think about cells, maybe I imagine like lines. I don't know if this is how the way it is, but this is the way I learn. So I just put like lines, and then I put cells, and this is the way I learn. So I'm a visual learner. Okay. And also, if I'm not learning that way. If I'm not learning this way. I didn't find anything to draw or anything to put on the paper where I could visual like learn things. I could maybe watch a video. I could put in the YouTube like explanation of la la la. I can find maybe some very animations videos online, which is for free, and then I can learn very easy, which is good. How's your way to learn?
My way of learning.
Or you don't know?
I think I still don't know my way of learning. I learn best when I do things. Like, for example, the podcast, I basically didn't know how to host a podcast. And I just do it. So, it's probably not the best way to learn sometimes, but...
No, it is. It's hands-on.
It's hands-on. Like, I need to feel it. I need to see it happening, you know? It was the same for hospitality, you know, like we were learning about setting tables, welcoming people. That's what I love, hospitality courses, a lot of practice. So you go there and you learn on the spot. So for me, like, also I would say like graphic design, for example, like we were given like a lot of practicals. And sure, the teacher will explain everything, and our teacher is very good. He will teach us step by step, you do that. And it's when I do the step that I know what to do. So I would say like hands-on learning and mimicking learning. So if somebody shows me step 1, you do this, I do step 1. Step 2, you do this, I do step 2. It's like this. If somebody goes too fast or tries to explain with a lot of stuff complicated, I will not understand.
I know.
Also, I need it to be interactive. I need like, if I'm asking a question, I love to talk a lot, so I ask a lot of questions. And yeah, that's the best way. Like when I get curious about something, that means I'm interested.
Yeah.
So
me too.
That's mostly, I would say, mimicking and hands-on.
Hands-on. Yeah, for me as well. Hands-on is really good. That's why I'm esthetician. That's why I work with eyebrows and beauty. So hands-on is the best way to learn things for sure. But for example, anatomy, we don't have this option, right?
True.
So you have to find a way to learn one thing that you cannot put your hands on, which, for example, I could say anatomy or skincare theory, which is like completely different from what I've been experiencing, which is hands-on. So, but that's the way I do. And also I can like test myself. I can make like my own exam and then just test myself and see if I learned it or not. But it's completely different from what we were talking about. So
it's perfectly fine. I keep it free flowing.
Yeah.
And
okay.
That's amazing. So I have so many questions. Like again regarding about what do you want to do after you finish SLC? I know like you leave the door open, like said at the beginning, to maybe you want to go to Ottawa or you never know in life. But ideally, what would you want for you and your husband in the future?
I don't know my husband's plans. He works for a IT company. He's IT.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about his professional life. Of course, our personal life, we want to stay in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
We want to build our life here, lives here. But for me, as a professional, I'm thinking about maybe going back to my running my business. I'm still running my business in Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
which I teach other professionals to become brown specialists.
Yeah.
I have passion to teach this educational part. I do I don't know how to explain. I love help people.
True.
And also I see here in Canada this part of like professionals to be more like Brazilian people, the way Brazilian like their eyebrows done, and also like other things related to aesthetics. I feel they have a lack of knowledge here.
Yeah.
So that's why I would like to run my business. Like I don't want to open like my own salon. I don't have this dream in my mind, like open my own space and see customers. However, I do have a dream to open my I can say maybe my office or maybe my educational training.
Okay.
So then I can train other professionals.
Okay.
However, this is plans for very future, like years. But I can say for like a very short future, I would like to teach other professionals online. It's something I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not something I need to put like a lot of money.
True.
So something maybe I can like provide a couple things at home and then maybe rent a space to see like models and do like demonstrations and a lot of things like this. So that's my plans. I was thinking also about to become a teacher here at St.Lawrence College.
Oh, wow.
Maybe if the CEO is seeing this video, maybe he can talk to me. I have a passion to teach and this educational part. I was also trying to talk to my coordinator another day, and then she mentioned maybe I could do another graduation of teaching for adults or something like this. I don't know if I would do another graduation, maybe, because I'm getting too old. I'm 30 already. So
Don't look 30. Don't look 30.
Yeah, but I am getting old. So maybe when I finish this university, go to another university, maybe I won't have like this, enthusiasm to do this.
Again,
But maybe I could like teach here one lesson, maybe eyebrows, maybe waxing, maybe some techniques that I've learned in Brazil, like brow mapping, henna application, couple things that in Canada I feel they have like a lack of information, they have lack of knowledge of this. Maybe they know, but they do not pay attention. And when I introduce this technique here, a lot of people just love it. In Canada, I mean Canadian people. So why not? Maybe I could teach other professionals. Yeah. Maybe they can be like me. I don't want to take all the customers just to me. No, I'm not like
you
this.
You won't be able to.
I'm not able to. I want to teach other professionals. I want to, like those girls, they are studying with me. So why don't they like come to learn new techniques? And also I can talk to my customers. I've been working in a salon for 2 months. And I have like a couple gaps available. I don't have like a lot of gaps during the day because people got to know me. And right now it's like everyone wants the brow mapping technique. Everybody like wants to see me, wants to take care of their brows. So which is awesome. So I could like recommend other girls to my customers, which they don't have like, oh, maybe you're not available to me that day, but maybe my friend or my student, she knows because I taught her. Yeah.
You also have lots of followers somewhere, right? On TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah. So explain it to us a little bit. How did you get so popular on TikTok?
Guys, I think it's something that just happened.
Everybody asks you this, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened was like in 2020, I just started my business and I was still learning. I didn't know much about brows and I was just starting to see clients and make money. And also I did like a course, like a marketing course.
Yeah.
I did marketing course online, and that course told about hating TikTok and seeing something like, oh, TikTok is just for dancers, they just for like young girls, they don't have nothing to do. No. And they was saying like Instagram is the right tool to grow your business. They were always saying like Instagram. But I was posting on Instagram like every single day. I was like present all like day, doing stories, posts, and working hard to keep my Instagram up. And I didn't grow much. I didn't got a lot of clients. So then I decided to come to TikTok. I was like, I don't have nothing to lose. I will try. Why not?
Yeah.
Because I heard maybe some people say maybe TikTok has changed. It's not more for young people. No. So I record like one simple video. It was a tutorial making my eyebrows. I was looking to the mirror and I put my phone and I did like a tutorial of my eyebrows. And then I recorded everything step by step.
Yeah.
And then I record my voice over the video. And then of likes I had wasn't about this. Was about that those people who saw my video, they started to looking for me. So where does she attend? Where is she? So how can I see her? Because I like her eyebrows. I like her tutorial. I like the way she explained. I like the way she does. And they started to contact me. Like, where can I find you? Where can I act? How much do you charge? I want to go to see you. So that video brings me like a lot, like hundreds people to see me as a customer, which was awesome. I mean, wasn't just young people, like young girls, 18 years old. Wasn't that? I had like a woman from maybe 45 years old. They came to see me as my client, and she was like my return client. She used to come like every single month to see me to do her eyebrows. So it wasn't for 18-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And here as well, I mean, it's not just for like young people. TikTok has changed, and that brings me more motivation to keep doing my posts, my contents. So I was doing each single day, I was doing like tutorials and also posting like tips and what should you do for your eyebrows. I mean, those tips that I do and I tell online, people, even tutorials, people say like, it's nice to see step by step, but they don't do at home.
Yeah.
They don't do because they believe they're not able to do it. So that's why they like to see it and they like to know how you do it, but they're not gonna do it. So that's why they were looking for me, because they see I saw you, so I wanna do with you.
Okay.
So then I started to do like all the contents every single day. And right now I had hit 103 followers. So most of people are from Brazil.
103,000.
Thousand.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
103,000.
Yeah, 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100,000.
Yeah, that's 1,000. Yeah. And those people are from Brazil, and they like to listen to my stories, and also they like to see my work and also my tips, everything, my tutorials. Right now, my life in Canada, university, all the stories I come up, and it's all in Portuguese. However, I told you earlier, I want to switch to English because I want to attract people from here, from maybe, I mean, English is like a universal language. So I can achieve more people. It's not just Canada. I can hit maybe America or maybe other countries, not only. But if I just speak Portuguese, I will only achieve Brazilian people. I love my Brazilian people, my followers. I love like do lives. I do lives like every single day with them. I talk to them and I give tips and I talk about a lot of things. However, maybe it's time to switch to English.
Question to you would be more like thanking you for being on the podcast and giving us all of those resourceful knowledge, about your course, how you started it, how you changed your career, how your ways of learning, and also asking me questions. Wow. First time people asking me questions of a program, and you moving here simply to Canada, to you being a teacher. You do so many things and you do them in a good way. Like really, like you're very talented. Like we have a lot of talented people on this podcast. Where can people reach you on Instagram? What is your Instagram? Or your TikTok also, which you feel comfortable sharing?
They have the same so it's Coline Molina official. Official, I think, is the same word for Portuguese and English.
Yeah,
I think it's the same. So Coline Molina official is the same for Instagram and TikTok, and maybe I can create a YouTube as well.
True.
Maybe for the same so I don't have to worry about it. I don't want to be creative too much. I just want to put my name, and people have to memorize my name, which is not hard, isn't it?
No, Coline Molina.
Caroline. People call me Caroline here.
Yeah.
In Brazil, it's Caroline.
Caroline, wow.
Caroline. But Caroline is just people who's like angry with me. Like for example, my mom. Which if my mom is angry, she say, Caroline, like Caroline, come over here, something like this. But people usually call me Carol, like my close friends.
Yeah.
But here in Canada, everyone calls me Caroline. And I like it because it's like a different intonation and different like letters. Caroline. And I like it. I feel
Caroline.
like very important person.
In French, it's Caroline. So there is no Caroline. I guess you add the E in Portuguese. And for French, it's just Caroline. Yeah. The E becomes like...
Caroline.
Anyways, what can we wish you?
Maybe good luck.
Good luck for your test tomorrow.
Don't say about this. I studied very hard. Let's see. I can talk you later about it. Let's see. But I can thank you as well for this invitation. I love to be here, and I would love to be here the next time.
True.
Maybe talking about another thing.
Sure.
How about that?
True.
We can talk about winter.
You can watch more of those episodes on Voice Podcast on YouTube. It's also the same on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. You can also follow our Instagram, which is SA Voice Podcast, and we post small reels about tidbits of episodes. You learn more about the guests on our Instagram as well. So again, thank you for listening till the end. And share it with your friends. And if you want to be a guest, drop a message on the Instagram. It's simple as that. And also as well, have an amazing week at SLC. And thank you again, Coline,
Thank
for
you.
being our guest. And see you soon next Tuesday as well, 2 p.m. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.